Assalamu alaikum, family. Greetings to everyone. Good night. Good evening to everyone that is tuning in. So we have another broadcast. We have another broadcast of our weekly broadcast of one of our weekly broadcasts. Business is warfare. And tonight, what we're going to get into tonight is the United States has officially entered first recession since 2009, right? And now on this broadcast, if you don't know, let me introduce myself. I'm Brother Supreme X, the CEO and founder of Forward Money Corporation, where we are proficient in wealth building, asset accumulation, building leverage, building income from home, technology, the science of money, the science of business, the science of warfare. So we have added some broadcasts every week to get this information out in a more of a professional matter, in a more of a condensed matter, so everybody can see and everybody can feel what we have going on. And I also am a member of the Nation of Islam under the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who the world will hear from July the 4th, Saturday, July the 4th, 2020 at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So you definitely want to make sure that you're on board to hear, because everybody want to know where's Farrakhan, and he's going to show you where he's at and where he's been for the last 65 years, right? So, but this broadcast, Business is Warfare, was inspired by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because in 2016, he did a lecture at Tennessee State University called Business is Warfare. So me being a student in the class, I just said, let me take it up for a subject, since nobody wanted to really deal with what he meant when he said business is warfare in this world. And so I said, let me see. So then I got partnered up with somebody with a outside company outside of America that has showed us how to make manifest the words business is warfare, how to counteract the Federal Reserve, the central banking system, the international banking system, and the IMF, the ECB, the European Central Bank, the EU, just how to safeguard and how to really counterattack what has been did to us over the years. Now, on this, we also always highlight the final call. We also highlight the final call. So let me get straight into that. So our latest issue today, we're not going to read an article out of that today. We got two other articles, but you see the tab going down at the bottom of the screen where you can subscribe to the digital final call. It's only $4.99 a month. So it's literally like $13, $12.99 for 3 months. I think the whole month is like $40, something like that, $39.99 for the whole year. I think it's something like that, right? But you can go to the site and you can get involved. You can get the digital final calls, because us, the brothers, the FOI, we haven't been out with the physical final call since the late March, the last week of March, I think. So we're going upon 3 months not being out with the final call. And if you don't know, we got rewarded and we took donations for taking the final call newspaper to our people, which represented freedom, justice, and equality to our people, which represented a consciousness, the mindset, what we get in the paper, because I'm a living product of the paper. The paper helped raise me and help me transform my life when I was in prison doing a 10-year bid, right? So the paper was very significant to me. It was very significant to me when I came home. So I said, why not? Let me do something with the digital final call. Let me base the show revolving around the digital final call so more people can see how to get subscribed to it, the information that's in there. So this paper here was released today. It is titled, Where Do We Go From Here? Right? Where do we go from here? So it's asking, where do we go after all of the protesting, all of the rioting, and all of that? Where do we go? Is the police going to stop? Are we going to demand equal justice? Are we going to separate? But we're not going to get into that. Just tune in. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday, every Friday, and every Wednesday and every Friday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can tune in to the NOI.org, the Nation of Islam national official website, where you can stay tuned in with our beloved brother, the assistant to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, student national assistant minister, brother Ishmael Muhammad, where he delivers a power-packed message every Sunday. And every Wednesday, we have been going over the time and what must be done. And Friday, we have our study course, the basis for community development, self-development. Self-improvement, the basis for uh community development, because once you deal with self, we can go and make a change in there. So in this final call, like I said, we're not going to go into an article here, but I just wanted to highlight some of the stuff that is in here. See, we got a study group, Mars in Kingston, Jamaica. There's an article in there. They're giving back in Milwaukee. So you just got other stuff in here. The main thing that you want to always look at when you do get a final call newspaper, you want to look at the the Muslim program, which we go over on our Thursday night broadcast, which is called Separation and Independence, and we go over what the Muslims want and what the Muslims believe, and we show our standpoint on how we are looking of how our solution to this problem for 90 years has been separation into our own territory, land, right? Separation from America's education system. We already did that. Separation from their political system, separation from their ecosystem, separating from them completely from their financial system, which is in ruins. And that's what we're going to get into today. And that is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. This is the eternal leader of the Nation of Islam, and he is the great preacher of freedom, justice, and equality. Nobody taught what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is teaching before him, and the only one to do it after him is his chief student, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So we say all praise is due to Allah for the work that this man did among us for 44 years, right? So you can go and subscribe to the Final Call newspaper. You see the ticker, and that ticker will be down there all night, so you can get there. And the other link is you can donate to the Muhammad Economic Blueprint. If you want to donate on us getting land, getting territory land, or getting farmland, go and donate to Muhammad's Economic Blueprint, right? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan reintroduced this in 2013, and he asked for, I think it was 18 million wage earners at that time in America, black wage earners, to just put up a nickel a day, which was like 35 cents a week, which was like $18.62 a year, right? So just roughly say $20, where you can donate to the Muhammad Economic Blueprint, and then we can start acquiring land, we can start acquiring farm, or you can help us with the infrastructure in the agriculture farm that we have. We got one in Michigan, and we got Muhammad Farms in Georgia. And then we have the ABLE program, the stable goods, where you can get good, wholesome food, good, clean food, good food that you can trust, right? But we don't have enough to supply food for everybody, because we need more people to come in with your resources. You don't have to put on a bow tie. You don't have to put on the headpiece, but we do ask you bring your resources, bring your energy, and help us, and bring your financial support to help us do what we can do and become a independent free nation and do for self, right? So the Nation of Islam identity is our structure, our element of it. We are based on doing for self and separate from our 400-year-old enemy. So go and get your Final Call edition. And then that other link that you see, forwardmoney.com, that's where you can start turning and converting your dollars into gold. You can start trading, exchanging your dollars, however you want to say it, and get your hands on some physical gold. That's that link, though. So those three links help you with the mental, help you with donating into the greater cause for the whole nation, not just the Nation of Islam, but black people in America, period, because nobody else has this type of program. And then if you want to do something for yourself and then support our business in Forward Money, you can make you a gold savings account and start exchanging your worthless, paperless dollars into physical gold, and you can also start a business from that link as well. So if you're looking to become an entrepreneur in 2020, we do have a way for you. If you're looking to get wealthy in 2020, to just save some of your money and not work check to check, we have that opportunity for you as well. So before we get into the main part of our broadcast, I want to show a clip of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in 1996 that he did that is titled, this is just an excerpt of it, it's about a minute and 30 seconds long, where he talk about the America's destruction and America's fall, rather. And so let's get into that clip, and then we're going to come back and we're going to get into our main topic. And we have two parts to this topic, right? United States has officially ended first recession since 2009, and then we have another one where J.C. Penney is closing over 100 something plus stores in America. So a lot of people, more people are about to be out of a job. So please stay tuned, and please stay on the line. I mean, and stay and watch this and listen to the minister's word completely as he talk about the fall of the American ecosystem, the fall of America's currency, and how she cannot survive what's about to happen. And now we see it now. And like I said, this lecture was did in 1996 in Chicago at Mars Marion. But please pay close attention to the words of the minister. Hold on. All right, family, I'm having some technical difficulties right quick. Might got too many devices running, slowing down my Wi-Fi. So give me a minute, family, till this get back up and running. All right, family. So we having some lag in our technology. So give me a minute, give me a second. Let me try to go back to the video once again. All right. All right, here we go. So we got it this time.
It's gone. There's no more silver. No, after a while, she may ask for copper. The money is worthless. Right now, the money has no value. This used to be a silver.
Yeah.
Silver certificate that used to say, pay the bearer on demand $1 in silver. You can't get silver for it anymore. You can't get gold for it. It is the wealth of the country that's holding up the dollar. He said, soon you'll see money piled and burning in the streets. There will be another medium of exchange not coming from this country. He said, I warn you because I love you. Now listen to these words. She will fight and continue to fight. He mentioned Vietnam and other areas of Asia. But the last fight will be in East Germany, and there she will be destroyed. Now I want you to stop with.
All right, family. So we apologize for the technical difficulty. However, we're going to go on with the broadcast. So we heard right there, which the minister words is very clear, how he talk about how the dollar used to have some significant value. And he been saying this for the years. This is one of the concepts of understanding the signs of money, understanding the signs of business, that we haven't been able to just get a hold to. Because we don't believe that all of a sudden we're not going to be able to spend the dollar, right? If you're talking to somebody 20 years old, 30 years old, 40, 50, 60, 70, the older they are, the further it is for you to get that into their mind that they're going to wake up one day and not be able to spend the dollar, right? But the dollar is just fiat currency. Fiat currency is government issue money. That's why the country's in debt. That's why it seems like you're working from check to check and you can never get out of the rat race, because the dollar won't allow you to get out of the rat race. Your financial education will allow you to get out of the rat race when you understand how to move some dollars into something that's going to sustain you long term. The dollar is not a long term product, family. So I just wanted to share that. So let's get into our article about J.C. Penney. And then we're going to go to the final article. We're going to deal with what a recession is, because I don't think we really know what a recession is. But we're going to define the word tonight. And we're going to get into this, and we're going to see what a recession is as soon as we go into the loss and what's going on with J.C. Penney. This is just released, right? And we want to take account of that because we might know family members or somebody that's going to need it. This is the time to offer them condolences or offer them an opportunity where they can safeguard themselves. But J.C. Penney announces locations of 154 stores closing across the United States. See the list of stores closing across 38 states after J.C. Penney filed for bankruptcy. Now, this is very significant to me because J.C. Penney been here, so I can bear witness to this. J.C. Penney been here long as I've been born, right? I remember shopping in J.C. Penney. I don't never remember not going to the mall and seeing J.C. Penney open as a store. So I can relate to this, right? I can't relate to this because it's unbelievable, right? So J.C. Penney has announced 38 states as it restructures after filing for bankruptcy last month due to the coronavirus. Now, they was already probably doing bad as it is, because you got stuff like Amazon, eBay. They have kind of messed it up for retail stores. Long term, they have kind of messed it up for retail stores forever, right? The Texas-based retailer released a list of locations by state on Thursday, with going out of business sales expected to begin on June the 12th and lasting 10 to 16 weeks, right? 10 to 16 weeks. While closing stores is always an extremely difficult decision, our store organization strategy is vital to ensuring we emerge from both Chapter 11 and the COVID-19 pandemic as a stronger retailer with greater financial flexibility to allow us to continue serving our loyal customers for decades to come, COS Jill said in a news release. J.C. Penney announced on May the 15th that it plans to close more than 240 stores, which is nearly 30% of its 846 stores. As part of its Chapter 11 bankruptcy restructuring, the company announced that it planned to shutter 192 stores by February 2021 and then 50 more locations after that. So this is a gloomy, a very dark time that we in, when we're seeing more and more big corporations like J.C. Penney, Big businesses like J.C. Penney going out of business. They might don't come back. They saying they're going to do it to restructure, but they might can't come back. Why? Because everything is going online. So now you got more and more individual entrepreneurs selling clothes and selling the same type of stuff that they got in J.C. Penney online. They doing it on Instagram. They doing it on Facebook. Doing it on Twitter. Doing it just everywhere. LinkedIn, whatever social media, Snapchat, any social media platform, YouTube, you can think of, they have online shopping centers for you to go to, right? Whether it's an individual, whether it's Amazon, or whether it's other store retailers. So the physical store retailer, it might be going out of style, family. We might don't see that come back. So this pandemic is very, very critical. And we would like to advise you to please kick with the social distance. Don't listen at the people that's talking about this is a hoax and all of that, right? People have really died from this. So, yes, it might be a pandemic, but it is definitely a real virus, right? So don't think for one instant that it's not a real virus. So please keep on your mask when you go out and keep with the social distance. Don't fall asleep and then let it hit your household because of the coronavirus coming to your house unexpected. You could take out your whole house with that one person getting it, right? So be very careful, especially if you got children. You definitely don't want one of them to get it, right? So keep with the social distancing. Don't don't act like and listen at the conspiracy theories that can't prove to you that it really is not a real pandemic. We know people that really have died from this. So, but we're seeing that everything is changing now. They're trying to bring the NBA back, right? And they're trying to prepare for the football season. They don't want to let the football season go void, right? So they want that to cancel. So they're trying to do everything in their power to get it back. And then you got to understand when you're dealing with the politics, they're trying to get Trump reelected, right? They're trying to get Trump reelected. So as we shift gears and as we bring this to our conclusion, let's get to the main article that we want to highlight, right? This comes from the Guardian, and it was released. It was released. This article was released when? This article was released. I'm trying to see the date on it. I don't see the date. All right. It was released. Well, I don't see the date on it. I'll try to find the date as I go through it. But however, United States has officially entered first recession since 2007 to 2009. So, however, do we know what a recession really means? So let's look it up, because when I seen the article, I said, let me go get a better understanding of what a recession means. So let's go to look up the word and let's see. Let's see what it means by definition, so we won't be dumped down thinking we knowing what it really means, but we really don't. So we want to just help keep us informed and keep us educated, so we don't hear it and then don't really know what it means, and then we really can't understand it and grasp it, right? So this was just released Monday, June 8th, just released yesterday. So all right, a period, the recession. This is what I got when I went and typed it in. A period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP, gross department product, right? Gross domestic product, gross domestic product, GDP, in 2 consecutive quarters. A quarter is 3 months, right? So let's read that again. A period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 consecutive quarters. 2 consecutive quarters. So that shows you how deep it is. So let's go to the article and see, has America went into this, and it's definitely due to the pandemic, right? But it might don't be. It might be due to the Federal Reserve printing all of this fake money, right? National Bureau of Economic Research says economic growth in the United States peaked in February and has since entered its first downturn since 2007, 2009. We see the man walking by the stores closing, going out of business. We see it. This is real. The United States is officially in a recession, ending the longest economic expansion in United States history. The committee that caused downturns announced on Monday. The National Bureau of Economic Research said that economic growth in the United States peaked in February and has since entered its downturn since 2007, 2009. The end of the record-setting streak of 128 months of growth came shortly before the coronavirus pandemic hit the United States after the virus had all but halted economic activity in China and other countries. While economics often define a recession as two consecutive quarters of contraction, the NBER uses a range of factors, including domestic product and employment, to determine whether or not a recession has begun. The committee recognizes that the pandemic and the public health response have resulted in a downturn with different characteristics and dynamics than prior recessions. Nonetheless, it concluded that the unprecedented magnitude of the decline in employment and production in its broad reach across the entire economy warrants the designation of this episode as a recession, even if it turns out to be briefer than earlier contractions, right? On Friday, the Labor Department announced that the United States unemployment rate in May was 13.3%, down from 14.7% in April, a post-Second World War high, but still nearly 4 times the rate in February. The Labor Department also warned that the difficulties with collecting data during the pandemic meant May's figure should have been 3% higher, 17.7%, and that April's figure should have been 5% higher at 19.7%, right? So this is just an amazing time right now that we are in, right? And when it is in a situation like this, family, we got to understand it's a major solution, or it's a major opportunity, rather, right? So this is what we got to be looking out for, because the get old, going back to work, working a job, that is pretty much done. That is pretty much done, right? That's pretty much out. So the pandemic was the pin to this bubble. So we may never see jobs get back to their height. We might never see jobs come back. We might never see businesses come back once they shut down. So we have to understand that this is possible, that this is what will and might really happen, right? So it's, where do we go from here? So we're back to the Final Call article. Where do we go? What are we to do, right? Are we to keep picketing, begging for jobs? Are we to start to do something for ourselves? Are we to look for the American economy to get back in order? Are we to look for the Federal Reserve to fix this problem when they are the ones who created it with all the print of this fake fiat money? The minister called this phony money, monopoly money, right? He said this is phony money. Go look up the word phony. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he never used either words. So if he called it phony money, we should go look up what the word phony means, right? So how can we survive in an economy where the politicians in the central banking system got this thing in their grip, and they are manipulating the stock market, they are manipulating data, right? And they are propping up the country by the print of the money, by the print of the dollar, rather, right? They're holding it up. That's why we see it. So when they said from 2000, now they went on for growth. The economy, the American economy, went on for growth for 128 months. Why? Because when the Federal Reserve, when Barack Obama was the president in 2008 through 2016, the Federal Reserve started QE, quantitative easing, which means they're going to just print a whole lot of cash. That's just what quantitative easing means. So when you hear them talk about QE, that's what it means. So now they have went into quantitative easing indefinite, and they have taken the interest rates on the dollar almost to zero. Then they're talking about going negative interest rate. So the dollar is not gaining you nothing as long as you hold it. It is losing on all levels, inflation, interest rates. So the bank don't really want you to have no dollars in their bank. They really don't. They want to give out loans, but now it might be the best time to get loans if you're going to move it into an asset, right? So what we got to do is be wise and look for systems to get involved in, look for other currencies, or look for other ways to get our hands on the real money, right? But you got to look to get that in a system. Remember, this is business is warfare, right? Business is warfare. So let's look up that word so we can get an understanding on what that word means. What does warfare mean by definition? So we can understand when we say business is warfare, this is not to be taken lightly. So if you're doing business in America, you better be ready for warfare, because that's what business is. That's what business is in America. It's warfare. It's warfare, right? So when they set up the Federal Reserve, they waged war against the wealth to the citizens of America. Then they made us pay taxes on this worthless piece of paper. And we wonder why we don't have any economic power. Because everything we're doing, we're still trying to base it around the dollar. The dollar is a debt note. It is petty cash. It is just a medium of exchange, but it is not money, right? The definition of warfare means engagement or the activity involved in war or conflict. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that, family? And if you are watching on Facebook, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already do so. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time we bring this out. Now check it out. The warfare. See, we have to look up these words so we can get a better understanding. Don't just think you know. Knowing the full definition of a word could change how you look at certain situations and certain elements or certain factors or certain events that's going on right now that has a direct effect on your day-to-day life, right? Warfare, engagement in or the activities involved in war or conflict. So they set up the Federal Reserve and they removed the dollar off the gold standard, right? Now, why would they do this? Why would they do this, right? So it had to be, they was ready, they set up war. It was warfare, right? They know that business is warfare. They know to take over the reserve currency of the most powerful nation in the last 6,000 years was a declaration of war. But to who? To the American people, because the government and Congress let them do it. Why? Because they are not the ones to pay it back. We are the ones to pay it back. So as we take another look at the national debt clock, right? I know y'all saying, man, y'all always talking about the debt clock. Yes, because we're showing you how to get out of the debt clock yourself, right? And you cannot hold this, right? We had to just show this to make this plain. This is paper, right? Yes, it spins today, but it doesn't store value. So let me show. I got a $100 bill right here and a $20 bill right here. Can somebody type in the chat group, what makes them different? What makes this $100 bill, same ink, same paper, what's making it more different? Just a different face on it with different numbers, right? What makes the $100 bill more valuable than this $20 bill? This is why we just show you this fake money. What makes it more valuable? They both say Federal Reserve debt note. They both got a dead white man on it, dead president, right? One just got 3 digits on it. One got 2 digits on it. One say 100, one say 20, right? And then this one in the new $100 bill, it got a blue strip going down. They trying to make it more pleasing to you. So now we talking about we want the $100 bill with the blue faces, right? All of us still fake. It ain't no different from the little faces hundreds, right? It's still nothing. So, but somebody please type in what make this different. See, we want to take y'all to class because we got to give you the science of money. This is why you should support our YouTube channel. You should support our broadcast because we're teaching in a way and we're showing you in a way. But not only are we showing you the scam and the real tricksters, we have a exit strategy for you to get out of it tonight, right now. You don't have to wait, right? So we're not, and it's not no type of course or no type of information that you got to come in and you give us some money and then we just show you. No. We don't want your money. We're going to show you how to protect your money and how to grow your money. That's what we're going to show you, right? That's what we show you in foreign money, right? So look, this $20 bill, this $100 bill, what makes it different? But let me show you real money. Let me show you real money. I got 1/10 of a gram of gold. Let me kill the well, I can blow up. I got 1/10 of a gram of gold, right? That's 1/10. Now now this paper, but you got the gold embedded in it, right? Now nobody can type in what makes the $100 bill and the $20 bill any different, other than it got a different president on it, right? And it got different numbers. That's it. Still paper. Still just paper, right? It all burn the same. If you burn up a pile of $100 bills, they're gonna burn the same and as fast as you burn up a pile of $20 bills. And matter of fact, I got a $1 bill. So what makes the dollar any different? So I got 3 debt notes: $1, $20, and $100 bill. Right? What makes them any different? Except for the president on it and the numbers on it. That's it. No value behind it. Right? But now we're gonna show you real money. This is 1/10 of a gram, pure gold, 999.9 pure. Right? Now it's paper, but the gold is embedded in the middle. You can pop that out and go and get it tested for yourself. Right? You can pop that out and go and get it tested for yourself. All right. Now I got you 2/10 of a gram. Same type of paper, just look a little different. So what makes this more valuable than this? They got 2/10 of grams in it. That's the difference, right? And if I got another one, I want to go up further than that. This 2/10, I got one that got 4/10 of grams of gold in it. How is this more valuable than this? Because it got 4/10. This one 2, this one 4. Y'all understand this? The real money, but the gold is right there. If I want to go up higher than the 4, I got a 6/10 a gram of gold, card, note, whatever you want to call it, but the gold is there. The money is embedded in it, right? This is not a piece of paper telling you that you can get gold on demand. No, this is the gold. You're holding it. It's in your possession, right? So let's look at it. 6/10. What makes this more valuable than the 4/10? Because it has 6/10 in it. All right. We go up higher. I got some gram cards. This is 6/10 of a gram. So this 4/10 short, right? Here's 1 gram, 1 full gram, right? 1 full gram of gold. So what makes this 1 gram more than the 10th? To make this 6/10 card equal to this 1 gram, I gotta add the 4/10 to it. So once I add and combine these two, now I have the equivalent amount of this 1 gram. This is 1 gram too. It's just with 2 notes or 2 paper notes or cash, whatever, however we want to call the paper. But the gold is there. The paper is there for decoration, right? But this is set up in spendable form, right? So you can see yourself walking in the store spending this, right? Spending this, right? When the dollar falls. But like you said, so we see the difference in the real money in this base or this alternate form of currency that we have, which is called cash gold. And we are the only people on the planet with it. Nobody else has it, right? But when we look at currency or the dollar, $1 bill, $20 bill, You can't tell me what makes this $100 bill more valuable than the $1, than the $20 bill, other than it's a different president and it got different numbers on it. No real value in it. No real value behind it. So we're giving you the signs of money, right? So that's what this means. Now, however, we can shift it gears and we can take it up a notch, right? As gold goes up, as the dollar goes down, you can get this 1/10 of a gram for about $7 today. As the price of gold goes up due to the currency supply, this is going to be worth more than $7. Because when I got it, matter of fact, I didn't pay nothing for this, but just for the sake of that, when I got it, it was around about $5. Now it's worth about $7. So this has went up in value due to the currency supply when it's measured to dollars. But this $20 bill has went down in what it can purchase me. Y'all follow that? I hope y'all caught that, right? So as gold goes up, as they keep printing more of this 1/10, right, is going to keep going up. So somebody asked me tonight, was I in the silver? And I told them no. I said, since we can turn $7 into gold, there's really no need to get silver. I mean, that's just my humble opinion. Why would I take $25 and get silver when this 1/10 of a gram got the chance to be worth more than a whole ounce of gold, right? Or I just stack up my gold reserves, right? Because the gram is definitely going to be worth more, right? This gram something to get to $1,000 per gram purchasing power. This 1 gram that you can go get about $70. That's why we tell you all the time, don't worry about the price of gold. Gold is on sale if we go to the debt cloud. We're not going to do that, right? But we're teaching the science of money here, right? Nothing makes the dollar. If I want to make this more than $20, I got to add something to it. That's the only way it would happen. Not with gold. Gold goes up by itself because it is money and it stores the value. It will never be worth less than what it was when I purchased it or when I exchanged dollars for it. So if I want to make this $21, I got to put this dollar with it. It will never, this $20 bill will never be able to purchase me $21 worth of anything until I put that extra dollar with it. Never. It'll never go up, right? Matter of fact, it's actually going down because they're steadily printing it. So if the government is steadily printing currency, why would you hold it? This is one of the reasons they took the dollar off the gold standard, right? They don't want the citizens to have it because the government can't print it. That means the rulers can't control the money supply. That means the rulers can't control it. So you go to the debt clock, you go there for yourself. As we wrap this call up, this broadcast up, as you go there, look at the debt of America. So every time they print the dollar, every time somebody get a loan, every time somebody credit check out, they ain't doing nothing but upholding the economy. Putting more worthless numbers into the economy, so it's just gonna, affect you in the long run. While the wealthy steadily getting wealthy in the midst of a pandemic and all of that, the wealthy are steadily getting wealthy. We just did a broadcast, live stream a couple of days ago where we showed how the billionaires, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, them got so hella wealthy due to the pandemic. While some of us losing jobs, and you see places like J.C. Penney going out of business, Amazon, Facebook booming, right? And you on Facebook right now for free 95. You on Facebook right now for free 95, right? Remember, this is business is warfare. We're teaching you the science of money, the science of business. And what is the science of business? The science of business is trade and commerce, networking. To give it to you in one word, networking, trade and commerce, networking. We got a problem with trade and commerce because we got a problem with networking. We don't like to network to get paid for it. We like to network for free because I can refer you somewhere else for free 95 and don't get paid nothing. But when it comes that I can get paid for it, I don't want to do it. Oh, it's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. We go to saying stuff that we don't even understand really what it means, right? So we're giving you the signs of money here. If you want to learn more about it, join the team. And not only will you be learning, but we can show you how to get wealthy at the same time, because wealth is measured in time. Rich is measured in this, right? But wealth is measured in time. How long can you work without getting, how long can you live without getting a paycheck? That's wealth. I haven't had a job, had to work in over 2 years. Haven't had to work. That's wealthy, right? But if you go after wealth and acquire the assets, the cash or the currency is going to eventually come. But we got it all backwards. We want to chase dollars, which is not money. We want to chase this first. And sometimes some of us don't even think about getting wealthy. We don't even think about acquiring assets, right? When we talk to the average person about getting wealthy, the first thing popping in their mind is real estate. You see what I'm saying? But how can real estate be a safe investment when it's still tied to the dollar? If you're a real estate broker or a real estate agent, you're still getting paid in dollars. So if the economy falls, how can your broker or your manager or whatever you got, how can they pay you when they don't have any currency? When the currency is not accepted no more, right? And then when you get real estate, when you get deeds, you still have a debt on it. Well, not a debt, we can call it an expense. We can call it an expense because you still got to pay property tax. And it's really never yours because the government can intercede and come and take it at any time. You don't have an army. They do. So don't tell us what they can't do, right? And they have did this before. They took people land before, right? That's why we in the nation, we're asking for territorial land, not land that we owe them anything. Land that we govern. We make the rules. We got borders where you can't come across this border unless you go through customs, like you go into any other independent country, right? Just to go to Canada and Mexico, you got to go through customs. Mexico got to check you out before you can get into Mexico. To go through Canada, the Canadians got to check you out before you can go through there, right? Customs. That's why you need a passport to go to those countries, right? Because they just don't allow you into their independent Soviet country. That's what we're asking for. That is freedom. But when we get the separate territory, then we need the money to deal and do trade and commerce with other nations around the planet. But they don't want to deal with the dollar because they know it's just paper. They have caught up to America's game. Now you see more and more nations dumping the dollar, dumping the United States Treasury. It's going on. Just go to RT News, go to Kitco News, all this stuff going on. CNN ain't talking about this. CNN got a smoke screen. Fox News, NBC, NNBC, MSNBC, right? These are controlled media. Fox, these are controlled media ran by the ones who control the money supply. You feel what I'm saying? Can't they? Well, all right, that's a good question, brother Muhammad Salam. All right, so let me address that. And we're going to go over all the questions, all the statements, but let me address that, brother, so that brother got a question. No, they can't, brother, because for one, under Franklin Roosevelt, they didn't confiscate the gold. They told the citizens to turn in their gold, but they didn't go around checking folk houses for it. You just couldn't get caught with it after that was passed in 1933. But they didn't go to people's doors, hey, let us search your house. We searching everybody's house to see you. No, they didn't do that. So that's one of the mistakes we make. That ain't happened. Yes, he said if you caught with the gold, bullion gold, gold and bars, right? If you caught with it, you can get a 10-year prison sentence and fine $50,000, right? And they told everybody to turn in their gold to who? The Federal Reserve. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? So hold on, let me give you my money. You're going to give me some dollars that's supposed to represent it, but I can't turn the dollars into gold no more. So the dollar really been off the gold standard since 1933. It just became finalized in 1971, if you understand, right? So that's what was the order. The executive order was to turn in your gold. Not that they came around your door, hey, you got gold. So no, they're not going to do that. And they can't do it to us no way, right? Why? They can come in here and get this. Ain't nothing but a couple grams. They can get this. I wouldn't even fight them about it. They can get here, man. That's all we got. Why? Because we got digital gold in the offshore account. And we got devices to protect it. Michael, give me my phones from over there. Give me both of them phones from over there. So, and we got digital protection, and we got devices to protect the phone. Right? Give me one of the keys out of there too. Give me the other. And we got devices to protect the phone. See, this is a K1 Impulse smartphone. VOP. VO, what it is? VOBP. Voice over blockchain protocol. Once I stick this private key in here, I'm connected to the blockchain. So all of my data and all of my transactions is private. Right? And this phone can't be hacked. Right? K1 Impulse. Google it. Go to YouTube and go to crypto data. Crypto data. You can go to our page and type in our phones. We got information about the phones on Foreign Money. Right? Here's another one. It's the one our camouflage design. Right? You stick this key in here, and now all my data and my crypto is protected. Y'all see that? So that's how that would work, brother. So let me go through the questions. I see the comments. Let me go through them. All praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Thank you, Queen. The numbers I don't print it. All right, Suda Victoria. I asked myself that question earlier. Why did they take the dollar off the gold standard? Thanks for making it plain. Okay, thank you. They took the dollar off the gold standard because they wanted the wealth to be held by a elite group of families. They didn't want everybody to be able to have it. See, when you're dealing with the synagogue of Satan, they want to control everything, and that's why people like the Rothschild, the Warburns, the Rockefellers, the DuPont. That's why they're so wealthy. So wealthy, right? Because they control the money supply. So if we are to replace them, because their world is falling, right? Their world, if we're to replace them, how can we replace them? We got to get in the place of rulership the same way they did, but for righteous means. So we got to be looking for a system that's producing a currency that the world has never seen. That's making gold accessible to the masses of people, honest people. Honest people should have gold because it's real money. You shouldn't just go to work for the dollar. This is a tool of the enemy. This is one of the biggest tricks that he ever pulled on us was this dollar. Right? When they finalized and removed gold from this dollar became phony money, monopoly money, fake money, as Robert Kiyosaki called it. That's what it became. So we're not worried about them if they try to come and confiscate the gold. They don't know how much gold I got. But just believe me, I got more digital gold than I got physical gold. Right? So we got to be wise. And then the benefit of having digital gold, if I want to get up and go out of the country, I don't have to worry about going through customs to another country, and get my gold confiscated. Because I'm trying to get into another country with a whole lot of gold. No, I just take my devices and go anywhere around the world, connect to internet, pop in my private key, and then I can get my gold. I can utilize my gold because we have the only gold payment system. We have the only gold cryptocurrency. That is the opportunity that you are hearing, that you are looking at. Right? If you need more exposure, get more exposure. But this is what you got to think about as we see the changing of the worlds, the old world going out, so a new world is coming in. So a new mindset we have to adopt, right? Because that man you see standing behind me, in the background, Master Fard Muhammad, he came to destroy this system. He came, let me say that again. He came to destroy that system. And he made himself known 1930, July the 4th, Independence Day of America, to give us our own independence. And what is our own independence? Give us our name back. Give us our religion back. Give us our mind back, our identity back, and give us our money back. He the first man that came in America teaching black people that gold was money. That's why the most Amala Muhammad was the first black man or the second black man to stand up publicly teaching it. And that's why you see the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is right in line with the two that came before him. He represents those two. That's why he always tell you, get gold. He said, if you can't afford gold, get silver. That was before he knew about Karat. Now Karat has pretty much knocked out silver. Why? Because you can take $20 and get gold. You can take $10 and get gold. $50, $60, whatever price dollar amount you got, as long as it's over about $5, you can get gold. So there's really no need to get silver. This 1/10 of a gram, I think, gonna be worth more than silver. An ounce of silver, just this 1/10. I think it's gonna be worth more than silver. That's just my opinion now. I think it's gonna be worth more than silver when gold shoot up through the roof. Silver not gonna go that high. Silver's gonna go high, but it ain't gonna go high nowhere near gold. So it definitely, this gram definitely gonna be more than silver. Definitely. Silver will not catch a gram. So what I do is I just keep stacking up my 10ths till I get my grams. Stack it up. Stack up the 10ths, stack up the grams, stack up the ounces till I get to these kilos. That's just wealth building 101, right? I ain't got to focus on nothing else. I just focus on my gold reserve. Gold is way more valuable than silver, right? And then we got cryptocurrency linked to gold. Now, if you into silver, cool. You still outside of the dollar. That's cool. You still outside of the dollar, so you still doing damn good, right? I'm just telling you, me, Karat has made it where you ain't even got to get silver, right? Just get you some 10, right? And then we get paid in this too as well. So for everybody that know, if you don't even have to purchase, you can actually come in, join, and get paid in this. We just got paid in this yesterday in cash gold. Yesterday. And we get paid in this trash. We get this too. We get both the best worlds. So you hold this and you spend this. Hold this, spend this. They're going to pay you back in this. You trade this in, you put this in, it's going to shoot you out gold. You tell other people, it's going to shoot you out gold, and it's going to give you some more currency. More currency than you earning on that job once you get your team built up right. Yeah, better believe it. So with that being said, family, let's go over some books that you can go to the Nation of Islam website and get. As we wrap this up, we're approaching 1 hour. So let's go over some books you can go get. Make sure you go to the Nation of Islam website. Get you a How to Eat to Live book 1 and 2. You want to stay healthy? Yes, wealth and health go hand in hand, right? You can be healthy and not wealthy, and you still can die in a freak accident or something, like our brother Kobe Bryant did. But he had wealth too, so he left his family full off. So, that's an argument there. I'm going to get them both, right? You know what I'm saying? I want to leave my family straight, right? For anything. We got book 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? He tell you to diet, and the basis of How to Eat to Live is eating 1 meal every 24 hours. We got The Fall of America, where he talked about in Thursday, Comeback Thursday, separation and independence. We're going to go into this book, right? We got this book too, Jews Selling Blacks. This is how they got control. And we got this book here too. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to become wealthy, you want to be a ruler, you better get this book. you better get this book, right? Because you're going to have to understand money, banking, and business. With that being said, family, we see y'all Thursday. Assalamu alaikum. Out.